Laney, what's up?
Not much. Just a second. I'm good. I'm running around like crazy. So give me 2 seconds.
You're
I'm
all
gonna
good.
here. I had an appointment. There the video goes. Maybe there. I had an appointment and it went way longer than I thought it was gonna go. And then I'm like, dude, I need some food before I hop on this call because I'm anyways kind of tired, but I'm like, and I struggle with my sentences. Let's just say my brain goes faster than my mouth. So I'm like, I probably need some food to halfway come across like I have an IQ around 100. So
Very cool. So I checked some of the notes out about you. I did a little bit of stalking. You went to K-State, is that right?
Heck yeah. Are you K-State?
My dad is. My dad
Okay.
graduated from K-State. Yeah.
It is a
So
great school. Great school.
my dad's sister, she used to like her backyard used to be Kansas State's school, basically, essentially. So she was right in the heart of Manhattan. Like you would just jump the fence and you were on the university's property.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so cool. But you didn't go to K-State.
No, I didn't. No.
What's wrong with you?
I know, right? That's cool. So, and I see that you've also been a coach for quite some time. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I got my certification in 2013, and I started coaching on a military base. And first just doing personal training, and then I got three other certifications. So like in spin, TRX, and insanity. Insanity matching me the best. What can I say? Just kidding. But then I felt kind of like I need more help with like barbell work, and that's where CrossFit kind of started to come into play. So I had a buddy, and so that was all in Manhattan. I was at Fort Riley base. And then a buddy of mine, he's like, well, why don't you just coach at my CrossFit gym in North Kansas City? And I was like, well, I don't have a CrossFit certification. And he's like, you can still coach. You just need another coach alongside you. And I was like, okay, cool. So I coached there for a little bit. That was like back in like 2015. Anyways, coached there. Then I coached at an orthokinetic place, which is like a physical therapist strapped inside of a trainer. That was really cool. Then I took a year and a half off to pursue physician assistant school just to see what would happen from it. And then I came back and decided to get my CrossFit certification, coach CrossFit, and then COVID happened. And then so I got my EMT license and worked in the ER for like another year. And then now I'm back into coaching. So it hasn't been like consecutively, but it's been it's been a good long time, and a lot of different backgrounds. Like, and I realized I was thinking about this morning. I'm like, I realized I know like ideal client wise. I honestly, I typically don't work out bro sesh style. I call bro sesh just like the dumbbell, and I'm like, for me, it's just so boring. Like, I know you can do supersets and variety, but I'm just like, ugh. So I do accommodate. I mainly do CrossFit, but my business wise is not doing CrossFit at the moment as like coaching online CrossFit, because I don't know if you know anything about CrossFit, but it's a lot of injuries can happen, even more so versus just with dumbbells and those sort of things. And so I would have to come up with a system where I could like maybe get videotapes from them and potentially go down that direction. But anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. I do that. I like the you said it's going to be an hour-long phone call and it's going to turn into like 2 hours, but it's fine.
No, it's totally fine. The best thing for me is to know everything about you so I can better indicate how I can actually help. So I love that. So it sounds like you got back into coaching and have you been doing a lot of it's been in person is what I'm hearing. How much
right now, I was working in the ER. So I haven't done in-person coaching since 2019. And that's when I pursued the EMT and the going back and working in the ER, which I maintain my EMT license because first off, it's freaking hard to get. It's not that easy as some may think. Second off, it's like I still kind of drawn to the medical side. That's also why I love fitness, is like the medical aspect of it, muscles and such. But so I maintained it. But then when I was working in the ER, and I started this pursuit of online business last May. And I was talking to my tax lady, which is also my friend, and talking about like how I missed, coaching, but I didn't really see myself going back into the gym, just coaching, in person, session for session. And I could have gone back into CrossFit and to coach a class there, but I'm like, I've been there, I've done that. It's not a progression for me. And I know how tiresome it can be to just do client after client after client. That's why almost coaching classes is nice, because there's more energy there. But at the same time, then the one-on-one, you lose, like, the one-on-one is nice because you have more of that like intimacy and that, like, it's personal training, it's personal. But I didn't want to go back to it. And then that's when she suggested, right, I wanted to take a progressive forward step. And I didn't see myself owning a gym either, because I like to travel and move around. And so I didn't want to own a gym at the time, because it's like, I don't want to be bound to one spot. And it's just me and my dog. So it's like, I have lots of freedom in the general. I'm blessed, what can I say? But that's when she's like, well, try, what about online training? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I am the least technology person, and I don't care to be on my phone. Like, I live in Colorado. I freaking love the mountains. I hate being on my phone. So it's like, but she's like, just talk to this one lady. And so I talked to this one lady. And then honestly, when I talked to her, I was like, dude, if she can do it, I can do it. And I'm not coming out of like, I'm like awesome. I mean, I am pretty cool. But at the same time, like, I just hearing the way she was talking to me, and like her, I don't know, it was very clear to me that's like, no, I could do this, and anybody can do it. Like, but so then from there, I haven't seen this girl, it's Bree Berner is the first person I worked with. And I saw her online, and been following her, and I was like, I felt like I knew her from somewhere too. And if I talked to her, it wasn't from where I thought, but she did grow up in a town 20 minutes from me. Anywho, so I took her 12-week business, and it was good. It got me like the basic, like, and I don't even use some of it right now, but it got like using MailChimp and using forms like the contracts, but then also like the questionnaire when they sign up, and creating links that are shorter, and very much kind of like more the background stuff of things. She never really went into prospecting or advertising. Didn't go too much into detail on posting wise. She gave like a good outline of like what you could possibly like hitting their pain points and that sort of stuff. But so I did that. I launched officially my business in November, and it was a complete fail. My masterclass, you do master classes before you do your launch. And I had a master class, and I had one person attend. Then, and sorry if I sound kind of scattered, I'm just a little tired right now.
No, you're
I know
fine.
I'm tired, but like I'm in the inside, I'm tired. So I launched it, no success, but it's like I kept pushing on it, because honestly, it's like, because then I I've done a lot of self-development courses. And at this last self-development course, it's a year-long program I'm currently in, where it goes over, you have this game worth playing, and you go to achieve it. And I'm like, this is going to be my game worth playing. Like, I know that doing this is going to fulfill everything that I want, because like, I've worked with some clients now. I had like a freaking badass client that went from 0 running to 10 in 10 weeks running a half marathon. And wow. She's like a 57-year-old lady. And like, to hear her being excited about running 3 miles or 5 miles or so, it's like freaking gold. And like the fact of like what I love, and like my brand wise, what it's behind my brand, is that it's not about your booty and your abs. Like, it's about having that, not only like feeling good in your clothes, but being able to do that freaking hike you want to do that run you want to do, playing with your kids. Like, it's feeling that energy in yourself, and like you just vibrate a high energy. But anyways, coming back to it, I then in February, I was like, dude, I'm not getting anywhere. I need to do something, and like, this is not helping. So then I got referred to Marie Wald as a second person to work with. And I was referred to her by a person who went through with Bree Berner. She did the same first person. So I was like referred to her, and I was like, oh, makes sense. And I just I didn't do totally my research on her, but I took the leap anyways. And it hasn't been bad, honestly. Like, it hasn't been, she's taught me more than I did in the first program, taught me more about posting. The first part, and that's what I talked about kind of in the chat, is like, the first part was all like, oh, I've already done this. And that's what I foresee. Like, I kind of concerned about this program, is that the first part is going to be like, oh, I've already seen this. I've done this. I have these forms. So I'm paying, this money for something I already know, like that part of, but then there's also parts that she's given me where I didn't know, like the fact of how to do posts where the previous one didn't do it, or she got in. That's my one hole, my biggest hole. And that's also why I'm like, I debate doing this program, because I know my biggest hole, my gap is prospecting and marketing. I'm consistent on my posts on Instagram. And I mean, but that's basically it. So I know it's like, nobody's going to know about your business if you don't talk about it. And I have not been prospecting at all, or in the beginning, I mean, I was kind of doing more selling posts, and now I'm not. So I know my biggest hole is just prospecting and marketing. And then that's why I wonder, is like, if that's my biggest hole, is it worth paying? Because I know it's a lot of money to do this program. And so is it worth paying that if that's the only thing I need to work on? And I talked to Chad, this morning, and I told him too, I'm like, that's my biggest gap. It's just the marketing, the prospecting. I think the one thing that draws me more in towards the business is a little bit, yes, the accountability, or your program is the accountability, but also the scaling part of it. But I know that's probably a second level too, where you get into like hiring assistant coaches and people who DM you, because ideally down the road, why I got this is not to be on my phone all the time and to be on my computer. Like, I want to be in the freaking mountains doing crazy shit, because that's what I love. That's why I became, I joke, that's why I'm the EMT of my hiking group, is because we do crazy stuff. And I no joke, like when we go hiking, I have ace straps, I have I'm prepared sort of deal. And I want to travel, and it's like, and then also on top of that, it's a beautiful thing to think of that I could be impacting somebody in Oregon or impacting somebody in Tennessee or that sort of thing, versus a small gym that I'm in.
100%.
So yeah, that's kind of my storyline. And so how I got about your program is, I very much resonate with her because she's a lot like me, very outgoing, down to earth. Like, I'm not a girly girl. I just got my hair done, so that's why it's like kind of curly right now. But you're not normal. I normally would be like you in a baseball cap. Like, this is not normal. So that's like, I resonate with her a lot, and it was interesting talking to her, because she's like, yeah, the program we did together was shit. Like, it was not worth it. And then she asked me how the business is going. I'm like, it's not going anywhere. Like, the clients that I have had have been through, they know me. Like, I'm confident enough in my skills and what I have to offer that I don't have a problem meeting somebody, talking to them, and they're like, oh yeah, I wish I could. I'm like, well, I could help you. Like, I have no problem doing that in person, but online, like, that's where I kind of have an issue with, because I like talking to people, and I can figure out their needs and how to fill it. But it's that whole in online part that I struggle. And that's why it's like the clients I have had, like, one has been my financial advisor. And then like 2 other ones were through my personal growth program that I'm in. None have come from purely like somebody seeing my Instagram and being like, oh, she's a freaking badass, I want to work with her, and applying. Yeah. So, and I think, and that's why I looked deeper into it, because on it, like, one, it was a reference from somebody that I don't know her in person, but knew her through the business a little bit, previous business program. Her personality is a lot like me. She kind of has the same vibe. And I know, she doesn't come from like a lot of money. So like, it was that reference that draws me. And then it was honestly the refund that brings me comfort.
Yeah, 100%.
It is, because like, honestly, it's hard to think about that I've put in like $9,000, which I know your program's around that, but we're close to it. But it's like, it's hard to think that I've put in now, like, because the first program was around they're both around 4,000, but I put in that money, and it's like, I maybe made, I mean, I charge $400 a month for clients. But on top of that, like, I'm paying for MailChimp, which is like a certain amount. I'm paying for Trainerize, which is like $20 a month. I'm paying for like all these little things that I'm like, I don't like MailChimp. I haven't used in forever. I don't know if I need it anymore. And then like a domain, my Google domain, paying for that. Like these little things. So yes, I've made back. It's been now like $8,000. I spent $9,000. I've probably made back like 2,000 of it. Well, maybe it's around there, but not back as much as I had. So it's hard to like think like, am I going to invest in something again? And is it going to just end up being the same thing again? And maybe it's just an issue with me that it's like, you just got to get your butt more in gear kind of, Laney. And it's not, no program, even if it's the most steel iron program in the world, it's not going to be the magic fixer. It is honestly up to me. So is it worth it doing it again?
Yeah. So first, what I love about you is that you're not afraid to invest in yourself to become better. So I love that. You've tried multiple aspects. So I can tell this is definitely a priority for you. You're very passionate about helping people. You're passionate and you're very purposeful on what you want. So you're very intentful, right? I like that you have some basic background knowledge with some of these people that you invested in. And I think that's going to be like, it gives you a little bit of an advantage, but there's so much more than just, will this be worth it if I already see these things? So I'm really excited about this call because as we deep dive in everything, you'll see very subtle nuances that you haven't been taught yet. And then more importantly, our one-on-one support is second to none. So this is to where you're having an assistant coach who's been like, they're going to be your mentor the entire enrollment period. Okay. So this is an individual who's completed both categories of 10K and mastery level. Minimum that our coaches are making right now, minimum is 10K a month. So they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own. More importantly,
how many do they coach at once though?
That could be based upon their roster cap. It could be like anywhere between 10 to 15. I mean, we have over 10 different coaches. And in order for them to actually be a coach with us, they actually have had to complete both levels of coaching with us. So there's a higher level of expectation. Now, some of the companies that you've mentioned, they're really good at like maybe 1 or 2 things, right? Like they niche down on that. So like, for instance, one company might be really good at marketing. What's the point of being good at marketing if you don't even have any sales skills, right? So where we differ from the majority of companies is we're an all-encompassing service. So yes, we show you how to set up back-end administration systems and a lot of systems that you already don't have set up, or the ones that you do have set up, how we can make it more efficient, more streamlined for you so it's less taxing, less aggravating. The other thing that we're going to do is really show you how to maximize that marketing and how to draw people in. So we have numerous different ways that we do that. And a lot of it is by utilizing the newest technology, such as Chat GPT, AI software. We're putting in a lot of things that other companies haven't even started to even think of. And yes, the 3 times your investment guarantee is major, right? It does provide a level of comfort because as long as you show up and do the basic work and you're utilizing those resources and that one-to-one attention, you can't fail. It's literally just on you. I try to tell people going through something like this is like an open book test in college. You'd be a dumbass not to do it. If a teacher said, hey, you can open up the book and have the answers are there highlighted and circled in red for you. So there's no way you can't be good at it. As far as additional costs outside of whatever you're investing into the program, you could at tops look at maybe $50 to $100 tops. We're talking about DocuSign, and then maybe if you utilize it, Chat GPT. Now, depending how many clients you have, such as Trainerize, we're partnered with True Coach. Those are both great. Personal recommendation is until you have about 25 to 30 clients, why pay for that? You can do Google Docs. No one gives a shit, right? People just want results. So they don't care if it's coming from an email or for an app. The cool thing is, as you start developing more clientele, you can use that as an upsell. But hey, I'm really excited, Laney, I'm sorry, really excited. You've been with me for a while. I'm actually adding a new feature. It's no additional charge for you, but I'm going to actually invite you into an app so I can upload all of your programming, all of your nutrition in one spot versus just getting emails each month. So it's an easy way to upgrade, but we're saving money. MailChimp, you won't need that. I'll show
That's
you.
what I was wondering. Like, well, at Trainerize, I honestly, like, I started with Google Docs. My first client I just did Google Docs, and like each tab had something different because that's how my business program, my first one, taught me how to do it. Second one, she has a lot of suggestions on different things to use, like Canvas and all this other stuff. And I like Trainerize. I know it's more money, but I like Trainerize because it gives you graphs and like where are they sitting in their body composition, their measurements, and like it's good for testimonies down the road because you can just screenshot and it's a beautiful little graph.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, that's what I was curious too, because it's like, if I am to start this program, then do I really need MailChimp? I use Dubsado for like my series. So like when somebody goes into my program, like they click that button underneath my Instagram bio, If they click that, they get a questionnaire, then they set up their call. Then we have the call, they get sold on it, they sign a contract, they get a second questionnaire that's more in depth. And now recently I've created an assessment too. So they will also get an assessment. Once they complete that, I tell them I'll give their assessment, their program, 5 days out before their start date. That way they have a chance to like look it over, and if they have any questions, that sort of thing. Then they get their program, 5 days, look it over, and then start their program. While in their program, and I guess I'm just going to go on to tell you what I have currently, what I do. When I go on to do their program, they have bi-weekly check-ins with me, so through Zoom, and then they have weekly check-ins. So that's why I use Dubsado, because they have weekly check-ins, not only Dubsado for the questionnaire, but Dubsado for the weekly check-ins, because it has automations, and it'll send them every week, like, what's your stress level? What's your water intake? What's this and this and this? So it sends it that. And then I also send them weekly educational modules. So like they understand why they're doing what they're doing. And then like, so part of mine is like, so you have a tailored nutrition program, tailored fitness, educational modules, habits I really work on with people, because honestly, in the end, it comes down to your mindset. Like if you want to accomplish anything, it's your habits and your mindset. It doesn't matter what you're doing in the gym, and then your nutrition. So mindset, and yeah, that's basically where it sits right now.
How many clients do you have total right now?
Now I have nobody. I just finished with my last client. I average about, I average about, in a total since I started and launched, I've had 3 clients. So I made a total of 3,600.
Okay, cool. So at least we know that we have some pieces of the puzzle, but we're going to actually help you connect the rest of it so it's fits in nice and streamlined, right? So I like that you've already tried a couple of things. What were a couple of things that you really enjoyed about those other people that you worked with? Like, what were some takeaways that you really thought was beneficial?
I would say with Bree, it's interesting because Bree is she's more down to earth. She's not as much of a girly girl. Marie is if you look at Marie Wald's, even her Instagram, she's very much like girly girl, even though she says she's a horse girl, but she's very girly girl, and that's kind of opposite. Anyways, I liked how Bree was very down to earth. I liked how she did create systems, and she was really good in the sense of like, she'd share video, like it's not set up on Thinkific, I think, or whatever that you guys are set up on, but she has it where like each week it had your homework, it had a little video, and then she literally would be like, here's the video and you click this and you do this. And it was like perfect for me because I'm really not that technologically advanced. Yeah. So that was really nice. And I do like how I feel like she really got the back basis in place. I feel like she did that better than my second business program person, because she had the systems of like the forms, the questionnaires, contracts, those sort of things. She did very much like background foundational part did well. It was just not the prospecting or the marketing or the posts that were shared as much. And then the second individual, I liked hers because she helped me better or create better posts. Like she has this funny acronym. She didn't come up with it on purpose, but the acronym for post is CLITs. And so she's like, yeah, you just gotta make sure you're hitting those CLITs every week. And it's great because I have like a super dirty mind. So like, I remember like, yeah, I can remember that. But it's the whole like posting on connect, lead, inspire, teach, and sell. Yeah. Which really helped me because honestly, like I was kind of posting randomly in a way and like just trying to be almost too informational. And now it's like, and too much almost teaching wise. And now it's like, okay, I'm getting more used to, okay, did I inspire or did I lead by example? Like I did this and this created this, and being more personable. So I like that part. And then the previous one I liked because there's weekly meetings, weekly group meetings. Second one, she didn't have weekly group meetings. But they did have like twice a month, like group meetings, and they had access into Slack. They have this Slack where you can go into and you can ask any questions and she checks in. I've never personally talked to Marie. And so but I think she's on a much larger scale than Bree is, like what she makes and that kind of thing, success wise, I believe. So kind of makes sense. But yeah, long story short, I like that she did the post. She did go into prospecting and how to go into it a little bit. And she mainly showed how to do it on Instagram. She did suggest doing on like maybe TikTok and other places, but she mainly was just like, just stick with 2 platforms or one, and showed how to prospect through there. So that was good. And that's what I kind of did for a little bit and then didn't do, because I freaking hate it. I don't like it because I can feel my phone, and then it's like, well, how are you supposed to find your ideal client if all of them are like, they don't even show their stuff? People don't show their stuff anymore. Like they don't, like in the olden days, like you could be like, you could creep on people on Instagram that had a private account, or like you would able to like see it. Now it's like you see their picture and that's it. I'm like, well, I don't know if they're my ideal client. And then, so I started like creeping on, like I would go to a fitness person's, post, and then they'd have like 63 posts or comments underneath. And then I'd go underneath that and like them or comment on them or something like that. And that's how I did like more cold prospecting. But so I liked how she showed that more. So I would say first one, I liked how the foundation was done. And then second one, I liked how she went more on increasing a little bit optimizing my post, and then how to go about marketing.
Cool. Now, as far as goal wise goes, what are we looking to?
Oh, you're freezing out a little bit.
A month, or what are you making a month right now? Oh, sorry. As far as goal wise, income wise, what are we making right now, and what do we want to be making?
So I was making, because like I said, the client ended and stuff, and I have 0 now. It was $800 a month. Okay. Because I had 2, and then goal is to make 5K minimum by September 1st.
Okay, I love that goal.
That would double my income currently, because I'm a farm girl. I couldn't leave the country, so I'm a farm girl. It's my other income that's coming in, because like the ER, it's sad. In the ER, you don't really make as much as a tech, and I got paid like $15 an hour. And it's ridiculous because you're saving people's lives. And if you knew how much techs do in the freaking ER, like we're doing EKGs, splints, like everything a nurse does, except we don't administer medication. But anywho, so initially when I quit the ER, I was making a little more from my business, and then it went to 800. But yeah, goal wise, it's 5K per month. And then ideally, I would need it to really also be 5K per month, because this is the last year my boss is going to be working. He's going to retire. So I don't want to look for another job. Like I love like working on the farm. Like I drive big John Deere tractors, And then it's so funny because everybody sees like this. Well, I'm not little, but seeing a girl drive a tractor, and they're just like, oh, and it's like, yeah, that's right. But so I love that job because I'm really my own boss there too. Like he tells you to do one thing or do these fields or whatever, and then you never see him, or I might not see him for a week or 2 weeks, So I love that job. And it's like, I've never had an 8 to 5 job. The only job that I've ever had where it's like I had hours and an 8 to 5 job. Well, actually it was a 12-hour job, was the ER job. And that was it. My whole life through college, I was my own boss. I rode and put horses under saddle. And so that's what I did through college. And I've always been my own boss. And when you do it for so long, it's very hard to like go back into it. That's why the ER, I loved it, but it was a struggle, because I'm like, what is this having to be there from 6 to 6? What vacation? Like I only get 2 weeks. Like and that's where it's like, it's interesting because I was talking to a girl. I talked to one of my buddies. He's a security officer still there. And he's like, oh, would you ever go back? And I'm like, the business is my priority. It's going to happen no matter what. Like it's interesting because it's like in the beginning, I think most people question it, but when it came around to like December and how much investing I've already put into it and stuff, and I'm like, it's this. Like there's no other thing that I'm going to be doing. It is going to be this. It's going to work. I put so much freaking work into this, working a full-time job, coming back, working till 10 o'clock at night, like doing these freaking stupid posts every like day. It's like I've done all of those things. That this is going to be it, but it does intrigue me to go back and be like a firefighter. So that'd be cool, and train the firefighters and stuff. But anywho, I tell you, I do long stories. So
it's all good. It's all good. This is great because it helps me really highlight the parts that are going to be more beneficial than other parts for you in our presentation. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over a brief presentation, like a high level of what we have to offer. Then we're going to
Okay.
actually deep dive into the module so you can see exactly what we're going to get into. Cool?
Yep.
All right. Let me know when you can see my screen and we'll party.
Okay, party's on.
All right. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. This is a big deal. We're accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a rating of an A out of a possible A+. We're also backed by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. So if you had one of those, this would be continuing education credits. Now on the success ladder, we've got 2 tiers. We've got 10K Accelerator, we've got Mastery Level. Now 10K Accelerator is great for an individual such as yourself who's got some skin in the game, has multiple certifications, but they're really looking to make a big noise on the online platform. The information in this course can get us from 0 up to 10K per month in as little as 4 months. Now, mastery levels for individuals who have been hitting 10K a month on a regular basis, but their focal point is to get to 100K a month. They want to remove themselves from the coaching aspect, become more of a CEO down the line of their own product, if that makes sense. Now, the 10K Accelerator program is broken down into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do is get your first couple clients right out the gate. Okay, we can't establish ourselves as a business without paying clients. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We'll help you generate leads organically utilizing AI technology, and we'll even develop sales and client retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass 10K a month as well. Okay. Now, as far as the support goes, you're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach that entire duration. Again, this is an individual who's completed both 10K and mastery level, so they have a 6 or 7-figure business off of our information, our courses. You'll have a customized game planning call with that individual to review where you're at, the most efficient way to get to your goals. Every 2 weeks, you'll have one-on-one Zoom calls to revisit the game plan, make changes, receive feedback, and get very specific instructions on what you need to execute for the upcoming weeks. This is going to be a game changer for you. Once we're averaging about 2 Zoom sales calls per week, we're going to introduce you to our sales coach. So this is going to be someone that's going to help really maximize your return of investment, help you close down leads at a higher clip. And then we'll also do 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate your current 9 to 5. This will go over client objection handling, client delivery, lead generation, marketing, and mindset issues, you name it, we deep dive into it. You'll also have 24/5 tech support with your coach outside of those calls, okay? So you can ask as many questions as you'd like, 24 hours a day. They're contractually obligated to answer all of your questions. Now, as you know, becoming an entrepreneur is exciting, but it's also overwhelming as hell sometimes. So we came up with what we call the Zenpreneur method. We do weekly mindset calls. We do breath work and meditation sessions, even journaling sessions to ensure you're in a good headspace to move forward within your business. As far as the community aspect goes, you'll have a private Facebook group. You'll have the 24/5 tech support. You'll have 5 times a week of group support calls, and you'll even be eligible for the NLCA live conference that takes place once a year. The resources, you'll have the course curriculum. You'll have the Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. We'll even give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific enhancements to your program. And we do offer an optional certification at no additional charge. So that way individuals feel more qualified. As far as how to get to 10K, this is the secret sauce. 4 phases. Phase 1, act first. What does this mean? This means launching your business, telling people who you are, what you're about, but utilizing very specific strategies to get you your first couple clients right out the gate. Once we do that, we're going to make sure that we have all your backend system set up. So a lot of this you already have done, but we really want to identify who your ideal client is, what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we can then create our offer and pricing. Okay. Phase 3 is when we start talking about organic marketing. So we're going to utilize AI technology to streamline this. We're also going to teach you how to generate leads with NLCA's community lead generation method, and we'll teach you sales funnel creations to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is going to be like the fine tuning of everything. We're going to maximize your sales capabilities. We're going to make sure you're closing down calls at a 40% clip or greater. We want to make sure there's consistent client delivery systems, but we're going to emphasize customer support and client retention so we can keep people happy for longer periods of time and advance them to higher levels of our programming. Any questions on that so far?
Well, so the one-on-one coaching, I don't get that until like a couple weeks in then.
No, you'll have one-on-one coaching from the get-go, but you're going to have a one-on-one coach. Yep, sales coach. Sales coach is when you're hitting a specific amount of sales calls and you complete the sales modules.
Okay, but the one-on-one coaching is from the get-go.
Correct.
And then because I saw bi-weekly calls, and that's what was the bi-weekly calls then? Because that's also what the coach, isn't it?
So every 2 weeks, you'll have customized one-on-one Zoom calls. Like, for instance, if me and you were on a call, it'd be very similar to this. So you get a chance to revisit the game plan. That's when we make changes or pivot based upon our progressions.
Okay. And then the one-on-one coaching access, is that just more through like they get my number or whatever, and it's just text messaging versus calls?
Yep. So you would have their number. You essentially be on their WhatsApp group chat, and then you'd be able to, like, message them through WhatsApp. You also have that private Facebook group to ask questions as well. So you're communicating with a lot of different coaches and other individuals that have been through the course as well. So you're getting different perspectives. So you're getting a multitude of different resources.
Okay. And then I was gonna say, since I've already launched, am I going to work through the modules differently, or like, do I basically do a relaunch? Like, how do we go about that since I already have launched?
Yep. So this is the thing. We're probably going to put in different systems or different strategies in place than what you've done before. This is what I want you to think about. So from when you first started back in, I think you said November, is that correct?
Yeah, that's when I launched it. Yeah.
Yep. So November, in totality, you've had 3 clients, right?
Yeah.
So we want to work through areas that might have had gaps in that area. So you might go through certain phases of that, but we're not going to be spending as much time as someone that's never launched before. We're going to revamp some areas that you've already started, if that makes sense.
Okay. And then are the modules self-paced? Because ideally, like I say, September 1st is approaching really quickly. So that's 3 months and not 4 months. So
Yep.
are the modules like, cause like currently I'm also working on, I like to invest in myself apparently. Cause I'm also involved in it's called Pure Programming. It's by Annie Miller. But she just basically goes over like how she goes about programming for her clients. And I've decided to take it to refresh my like skills and see what she has of input wise, because I've been coaching CrossFit and yeah, so I have that too. But she has it where like you can't just get it all done at once. Like you have to like I have points where I get to and it's like, sorry, you can't access this until June 4th sort of deal. So that's why I wondered with yours, like if it's self-paced or if you're like, no, we have to assess if you're at the right spot before you can move on to this module. Oh, you didn't do this part, or you missed this part, or this is not solid enough, so we got to stop you here. That kind of deal. Like, or is it just like as quick as I can get it done?
Yep, it's self-paced. So we've had people that will go balls to the wall. Like we had one girl that she was an in-person trainer. She was making $40K a year, hated her fucking life. She just wanted to get out of it as fast as possible. She went nuts with it. She was probably putting in, I'm bullshitting you not, probably about 80 hours a week. Within 6 weeks, she ascended to mastery level, which she'll be someone that I share with you. But 6 weeks into the program, she is already qualified to go to the mastery level. So in 6 months, she contracted over 200K at the end of 6 months. And now she makes 70K a month as a CEO. So it's going to be dependent upon how much of a priority you make and how many hours that you can put in.
Yeah.
And then as you progress, so say for instance, you join and you're just crushing it out the gate. Your one-on-one coach will be like, hey, I love that you got to this point. Now let's focus on this. So they're not going to hold you back. The goal is to get you as much money as you possibly can get.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So I'm not going to go into too explicit detail on some of these, because I think some of them you'll have down, but I am going to just show you what we have on each one. So the first thing to becoming a full-time online coach, I will address this because obviously we want to get you to full-time status. 3 clients won't get us to full-time, right? So this is where we're going to change out some strategies. We're going to develop a couple different strategies to get you more clients right out the gate. Okay. So either an intro post, which you've already done before, we'll probably introduce you to more like an intro and a scholarship strategy. The cool thing about this is majority of the resources we give you are already done for you. So we're making sure your time is used more efficiently. Okay. From there, we're going to tell you about our 10K Accelerator Directory. I want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest capacity. Okay. From there, we're going to move into the 10K roadmap. So we're going to show you in 2 phases, what do we need to do to get from 0 to 5K a month? That was your main goal, right? Yep. And then what do we need to do to get from 5 to 10? Now, all of our modules will have an overview link that you can read that'll be saved to your Google Docs. They'll also be associated with videos. The reading material and the videos are tutorial style. So they tell you step by step, click here, do this, read this, execute this. So there's 0 guesswork at all. From there, we're going to move into the mindset and lifestyle module. Now, obviously, we want to develop daily habits and skills based upon where you want to go with your goals. Now, we understand that fear of failure, anxiety, imposter syndrome, all natural, normal feelings, but how can we move past that to move forward with our business? So we have a ton of different options here on really how to develop the type of routines that you're going to need to be successful. Now, as an entrepreneur, a fitness entrepreneur, you're going to face multiple struggles. So we've identified the top 10 struggles that people will face, but we've also provided solutions to that. So one of them here that you mentioned, struggling to send DMs. We got the answer to make this a little bit more easier for you, right? Not reaching your full potential. You kind of mentioned something like that as well. So again, we have multiple different strategies that'll get you moving forward within your business. Now, I'm not going to touch too much on this. This is going to be the administration system. I'm going to show one thing that's going to be vastly different. Have you heard of ChatGPT yet?
So I currently work right now because, again, this is the year of spending money for me, apparently. I invest, it's ridiculous. I'm like, it's a good thing I have no children or anything, just my dog. But that's the beauty of it. Like I said in the beginning of the call, it's the beauty of being by myself. Do what I want. I also invested in, I'm creating a website currently, and I'm going to have professional pictures done on June 25th. So that way it can better my website, but also have actual better posts that are a little bit more professional, or more I'm having micro clips done too. So that'll be better for reels and such. But anywho, I was talking to my website designer, and he says once it's designed, that he could also help me advertise. And there's AI, like you were mentioning, that he's getting to learn more and more, that he could help utilize in reaching out to people and doing such things. So I guess the chat CPT, is that somewhere along AI or?
Yes. So I want to just take a pause there for a second. So you got a guy that's going to help you. I love that you have resources, but if you don't mind me giving you my personal opinion, I wouldn't hire that out, because we want to teach you how to do it yourself. Otherwise, you're enslaved to someone else's skill set, versus we can actually save more money and show you how to do this more efficiently on your own. So when you do hire out, you understand the ins and outs of it, and you understand your worth and what you should be paying out. So we can teach you the exact same things, but literally a fraction of the cost. So that way you're not having to hire out for those things.
Well, I wonder, does it hurt? Because I told him too, it's I'm a special kind of breed, I guess, whatever. And it's that's when you contract out or you do other people that do your work, it's you want them to encapsulate who you are, because you're trying to get your ideal client. And to get somebody to talk like me, I guess with AI, he could do that anyways. But that's why I'm a little hesitant, because he's just getting to learn AI. He's used it a little bit right now, but not a lot. And I think he was saying that he would charge me $500. I don't know if it was per month, but is what he would charge. But yeah, there is part of me and that's why I was talking, Jillian popped in. I don't know if you know her. There's so many people, but I think she's one of the coaches actually. She has a baby. I don't know if that helps. But anyways, she popped in yesterday on the WhatsApp, and she actually is the one who actually resonated a little bit more with me, and the fact that she's yeah, it's a good idea and you have a great idea there to do it, but you don't know if it's going to work as well. And that's where I'm okay, yeah, I know it gives me more going on this call, because it's and I love that. I like seeing that you guys do that, because down the road, like I said, one of my main things concerning wise is I don't want to be on my phone all the time. I don't like prospecting. So if I could have AI do it properly through a system that many other fitness trainers have used, that'd be a high benefit to me, because like I said, I didn't create this business to be on my phone all the time or my computer.
Right. So ChatGPT is kind of like Google on steroids. It'll be like your high power virtual assistant. So we use this to create SOPs. We can even use it for captions for your posting, for resources. We can even create workouts and programming based off of this as well. And we can have it in our own specific tonality. So we teach you how to do that, so you don't have to hire someone else to figure out your own tonality. We teach you how to do it so you're not implementing or having to waste $500. ChatGPT, the highest version is $20 a month. Okay, so again, this is going to streamline everything for you. Now, I already know that you've got a lot of this other stuff set up. I think that you said you have Trainer Eyes, which is great.
And yeah, I have Trainer Eyes. I have Calendly. Typeform I've seen before, but I've Never used DocuSign. That I put when in Dubsado was where I use the forms. You can put a place where they can sign and such. Stripe, I don't use Stripe. I use Square. And then Wave, I'm not sure what Wave is.
So Wave is our top option that we use for like subscription payments. So again, this is just going to be a very easy, streamlined way to set up your backend administration systems. You've already kind of touched on that you've utilized Zoom. We really show you how to like deep dive into TrueCoach. It's very similar to Trainerize. So either one of those are phenomenal. And then again, really how to utilize that WhatsApp group and Google Sheets as well to be able to track predictable data from month to month. Now, as far as your financial systems, it's going to be kind of the same thing. Do you have your LLC set up already?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, so this is the same thing here. We just set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, when to pay quarterly taxes, when to pay yourself, examples of business write-offs, business liability insurance. From there, we're going to move into target setting. We're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We're going to deep dive into your very specific goals. Okay. From there, we're going to move into identifying your ideal challenge. So what problem does your program solve for individuals? Based upon that, that's when we create our offer and pricing. It's going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, do it yourself. The more that you do, the higher the ticket offer, which will be established upon your length of terms. So we help create high ticket offers. We have the structure of your pricing. We even teach you how to create downsells and discounts as well. And now here, we're going to start moving into organic marketing. This is where we're going to teach you how to do 1 hour's worth of work, but get 14 pieces of content created out of that. So again, maximizing your time utilizing AI. And then we're going to show you how to do all things marketing wise through Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We'll even teach you how to set up podcasts and YouTube to expand your reach so people know who you are, what message you're sending, and again, getting you more traction, okay? And as far as Instagram, it's more than just randomly posting, as you know, very specific strategies involved. So we'll show you how to market for all things Instagram related. We'll show you how to market for all things Facebook related, all the way down to the hashtag use. We cover data analytics as well, and we even show you how to maximize all things TikTok related as well.
So are you guys going to still use TikTok? Because I don't use TikTok, but where it's going and if it's going to get shut down, or like I see random things about TikTok kind of being a little chaotic or not as
now you can choose platform. You'll choose the platform that where your ideal clients hanging out at. So for instance, I cater to men 35 to 50 that are high level executives. If you're 35 to 50 high level man, I hope to God you're not on TikTok. If you do, we got problems. So I won't market to TikTok. I'm more Facebook related, right?
Yeah.
Cool. From there, we're going to move into content creation made easy. So again, we're going to show you really how to maximize Canva Basic, Canva Pro. We'll also introduce you to Microsoft Designer. Just a great way to professionalize your content, make your page more aesthetically pleasing. We want your social media to look like a storefront. So if you're out shopping, something kind of grabs your attention, you want to go in, we essentially want that to be done with your content as well. Really attract people to want to come in and see what you're really about. This is really good for branding as well. It's really good for resources. From there, we're going to move into the 10K lead generation framework. This is going to be solving all your pain points here. So you're talking a lot about marketing here. We believe there's 3 different ways. The first of which is what we call earned media. The first thing we want to focus on is how to set up a WhatsApp group, because we're going to utilize all platforms to get these people into one group so they can ask questions to clients that you already serve. So by the time they get to that phone call, it's a much warmer lead. They have a trust. They feel like they kind of understand what you're about.
Yeah, no, I saw what you guys were doing when you led me up to this call. I'm not stupid.
100%.
Smart. And then Chad messaged me this morning. And I'm like, ooh, I see what's happening here.
I love it. Then we're going to give you specific resources and strategies to get more people in. So cross-pollination. Example of this, you might be partnered with another coach, so their audience sees who you are, your audience sees who they are, and we're getting a larger engagement, more followers. Free resources, people love free anything. So you give them away a free workout plan or a nutritional guideline, it builds trust. People love that. This is probably the one that I love the most. Scholarship strategy is an excellent way to get a ton of people in the door. And then we also really are heavy on call to action strategies as well. So this is where we really start maximizing and showing you exactly what to do to get more people. Now, the opposite of this is what we call conversation to calls. So let me go up to here. This is going to be like you reaching out to individuals first. So the first one was people reaching out to you. This is you reaching out to individuals. So now based upon that WhatsApp group, we have a better indication on who we're targeting, what type of conversations we need to have, and how we can make it a more intimate moment. We'll give you specific scripts. We're going to give you very specific conversation and call examples. But more importantly, we're going to show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships. Okay? We'll even make sure that we're giving you a routine to get past that messaging block that a lot of people face. Okay. From there, we're going to move into the referral strategy, the easiest way to grow your business, friends, families, coworkers, talking about how amazing you are. We're going to show you different resources and show you ways to incentivize people to bring you more referrals without actually having to ask for them. Happy people love happy people, essentially.
So if I decide not to use, like, would I use TikTok in general? Or if I'm like, hey, that's not where my ideal client hangs out, like, nope, then would I just not go to that section basically? No,
so you would want to review just to have it like in the context. You won't have to use it. But for me, when I went through everything, I went through every module just to check out, to cross all, cross my T's, dot all my I's, to ensure I wasn't missing anything. Okay. But to answer your question, if your population doesn't hang out on TikTok, no, I wouldn't utilize that. I don't utilize TikTok at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Now from there, sales overview and fundamentals. This is where we're going to start maximizing your sales capabilities. Okay. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur and you're going to be a successful one, you got to learn sales. You got to learn actually how to love it and how to relate to people. From there, we're going to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first of which is what we call a meet and greet. So this is kind of where you're trying to feel them out. Do I really want to work with this person? Can I actually solve their problems? We'll give you real-time examples with our coaches. Our closing call strategies are going to be a little bit different as well. So we'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you our entire objection handling web. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. This will be a game changer for you. Learning how to create financing options for people who normally couldn't afford it. And again, the follow-up procedure, really how to lock them down once and for all. Now, once we have that created, we want to go back and we want to track all this. Who's shown up to calls? How many calls were booked? Who closed? Who didn't? So we have predictable data every single month. As far as objection handling, I know that you've seen these excuses a million times. We give you over 30 different scenarios that you're going to see day to day, why someone can't, start your program. The more we can familiarize ourselves with these objections, the easier the closing call is. Okay. It's an easier way for us to be able to talk them through and show them why it's so important to start your program. From there, client onboarding. This is probably the coach's biggest overlooked area. First 30 days in your program makes or breaks you. Okay. So this is where people decide if they want to continue with you. We want to make sure that this is a very special moment. They're getting something tangible in their hand within the first 24 to 48 hours while you're building out their program. We want to make sure expectations are set here. From there, we're going to move into client delivery. So the week-to-week process and higher delivery services, but how can we do this more efficiently utilizing ChatGPT? So creating resources, workouts, nutritional guidelines. Again, it just maximizes the customer satisfaction and the experience. And then also understanding how many clients you can effectively manage as a one-woman show. And then no matter how good you are, someone's going to ghost you, someone's going to quit, they're not going to listen. Usually when this takes place, it's because
already had it. She paid for it, but
So typically when they do this, a lot of times they're missing something. They want a larger community base. Like they want to talk shit about your leg days with other individuals that you train, right? Some of them want more one-on-one touch points with you. So, getting them involved in different chats and different Facebook communities, things of that nature. Some of them want different challenges and some of them want to be incentivized to do what's already expected of them. So we'll give you resources and strategies to bring this to life for them. So that way they're incentivized to execute at a higher level again. Okay. From there, we're going to move into customer support, the not so fun side of things. How do we deal with cancellations, refund requests, pauses, right? How can we mitigate these issues for the upcoming months and how do we track it? Again, we want predictable data every single month. From there, we're going to move into client retention. All right, so we want to keep people for long periods of time. We want to advance them to higher levels of our program. So we'll give you strategies behind that. We'll also teach you how to track it. And then from there, next steps. Now you're hitting 8 to 10K a month on a regular basis. Where do we go from here? Is this now we're going to start talking about possibly hiring a DM, or when to run ads, when to bring on an assistant coach, really how to start getting you stepped away from the day-to-day monotonous activities so you can focus on the actual building and scaling and the fun things that you really came to be a coach for. Okay. Quick recap, and we'll answer any questions you got. Cool?
Okay.
All right. The program itself is going to be 4 months long. You'll have your customized game planning call. You'll have that one-on-one coach the entire enrollment period. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks. You'll be introduced to your sales coach. You'll have the Facebook community and CEO trainings, 5 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, an optional certification if you need it, and the business course curriculum as well. Is there anything you feel like we're missing here?
So that optional certification, is it include, you say it's included, or is it extra?
Nope, it's included. So if that's something that you want, that you need, I'll throw that in there. So some people don't need it, some people want it. And
Yeah.
that is
Well, that's why, like, I don't think for me now, I only, like, I have, because I didn't know what I was going to do in my life really entirely. So currently, my only current one is my CrossFit certification, and all the ones have also expired. But I don't really know if that's really that important, like, to have a renewed one sort of deal, because I feel like a lot of people just don't really ask about it or care for it. But you might have a different opinion on that too.
Yep. So you're true. A lot of people won't ask. However, it gives you a little bit more confidence, because you talked about, like, maybe a quick refresher. It's equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition. So it does make you feel a little bit more qualified. And some of these certifications, like the one, when I went through this, I was actually kind of shocked on really the cool amount of knowledge that it had, and it makes things a little bit more simplified. So now you feel, again, more qualified to provide basic recommendations for nutrition. It even talks about intensity techniques and programming, kind of like what you mentioned, like what you're going through now. But again, it's just a part of the program, so it doesn't hurt. That might take you at tops 1 to 2 weeks to do.
Okay, and that's what I was wondering, because it's like right now I'm like, I need to complete this other program in one and finish it through, because I like the way, like, she goes about things. It would be nice to learn a little more nutrition wise.
Yep.
That would be beneficial.
Yep. So we covered.
And then you
That'll
say
all be
already,
included.
so is the AI, is it somehow wrapped in or involved with those other apps? Like, would it be able to, if I like Trainerize, can this CPAT, I think is what it was called, is that able to, are they able to work together? Are they only able to work together with the other program you've mentioned, where you put in your program workouts and stuff and nutrition?
So for instance, like the certification alone is just going to teach you the guidelines. Where you'll introduce Chat GPT and AI. For instance, we'll utilize AI more specifically for, like, posts and things of that nature, right? And organic outreach. Chat GPT is going to be more for, like, streamlining your programming. So for instance, we actually teach you in the modules. You might say for instance, you have an individual who wants to do a 3-day-a-week workout, full body, and they want to do banded only. You'll go into your Chat GPT and put, like, hey, write me out a 3-day-a-week banded only workout for a 42-year-old female with whatever issues that she has, and it'll just start formulating it for you. And based upon the things that you like, you can keep and then add that over to your program.
No, not like that's another thing that really draws me in. That would actually be a major benefit for me, because it's like, again, I don't want to be sitting down. I know you can have templates, like, and then I can redo it, but it would be nice to actually have, like, not just have, okay, I have 3 templates and then I have to still go in and go even more in depth, versus, like, it sounds when AI does it, it gives you even more options. Yes, I will obviously still need to go in and double check and see if I like it, but it adds more variety, like having basically 20 templates available versus, like, 3 I created on my own.
100%.
Now, do the AI, when they create these programs in nutrition and all this stuff, like, where are they pulling from? Just anywhere on Google? Like, how does that happen? So, like, how do they know how to create a program that's going to be effective?
So Chat GPT is like, there's Chat GPT and then there's Chat GPT-4. Chat GPT-4 is like the top notch upper echelon of anything. And it's crazy. Like, I've seen tattoo artists utilize it, and, like, they'll say, give me a picture of a lion, like a real life lion. It's crazy. It'll formulate something that literally looks like it was taken from National Geographic. It looks like a legit picture, right? Yeah. So you can utilize Chat GPT for anything. You could say, write me an email response to an upset customer in regards to this. and then you'll do it and you'll say use, or for instance, for posting, write me a funny post about how a woman's period impacts her workout during her cycle.
So yeah.
Right? So it'll
Yeah.
say, like, you'll give us, we'll teach you how to give us specific prompts, and it'll come out with like a funny, lighthearted article for you. And then you just kind of plug and play with what you like. So again, it saves you a shit ton of time. You could say, write me a caption for a vegan only nutrition. Like if that's going to be a post, something like that, right? It literally saves you so much time so you can be more efficient on other areas of your business.
Now, will I have access to that though? Like, let's say I will, maybe. Let's say, because the other girl that I texted, she said in 7 days she got so many clients. But anyways, let's say that I, kick butt, and by the end of June, I already have like 5 clients or 4 clients. Like, am I able to use AI at any point, or can I only use AI once I complete set amount of modules?
No, you'll use AI at any point in time. We'll teach you how to upload it. So again, AI, ChatGPT-4 is like $20 a month. It's probably one of the best investments you can possibly make. You use that whenever you want. They'll just tell you like things that you're going to want. So for instance, that's in the administration systems. You've already got quite a bit of that already covered. So that's where you would just probably go through and just kind of see maybe the differences from what you have to what we're kind of, advising. And then you can always add or not add based upon your own personal preferences, but we'll also tell you how to utilize ChatGPT to its fullest capacity.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So what do we think? Well, how do we feel about everything so far? We like it? Do we love it? Do we hate it?
I mean, I pretty much had my answer before I came onto this call. I just like taking up people's time, No,
it's all good. I had a lot of time today, so you were very entertaining. I appreciate it.
Oh, good. Because I was wondering, I'm like, oh shoot, it's 2:00. Do you have another call like at 2, or I guess it'd be 3:00 your time?
I don't have another call till 4. So my 3:00 was actually a follow-up. I already had him knocked out earlier today. He signed up earlier today.
Look at that. So then just shows me how things work.
I know, right? This was destined for you.
Yes, it was.
Did you get a chance to check out any testimonials?
A little bit. I mean, honestly, like I check out some testimonials, but having gone through the 2, it's interesting for me because it's like having gone to the 2 business programs, I check out the testimonials and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like it's highlighting, okay, she made in 7 days, she made back her investment. Like somebody messaged on the WhatsApp this morning or so that she's like, yeah, in 7 days, I made back my investment or did something like amazing. And then you have like other individuals, like you were mentioning, like the hot shot girl went balls to the wall and finished in 6 weeks, which kind of wants me to go, okay, challenge accepted. I mean, I do have pretty large cojones. That's why I have to wear sweats all the time. And so long story short, yes, I've looked at the testimonies and I take it more with a grain of salt, to be honest, because it's like everybody's going to showcase the best testimonials. So that's why I kind of lean on my reference a little bit. Cause I asked her, I'm like, well, how are you doing though? Because she was like working at a bar. She went through the same program. I'm like, but how are you doing with this? And she's like, she said she's made back her investment. She's sitting at like 10K right now. Made total, and she's 3 months into the program.
Wow.
So that's why I was like, okay, well, that gives me a little more hope. Granted, she currently works at a gym too, and I think that helps a bit, to be honest, when you already work in a gym and you have your face, and then you can share with people in the gym versus like me, who has nobody and no gym. But yeah, so yes, long story short, I have looked at the testimonies. They sound freaking fantastic, of course, because they always do. But it really, for me, it is the testimonies, but it's also like how you guys set it up going into this. Because I think it showcases a little bit more how it will work when I'm on the inside.
Correct.
And that's why I said, like, I was paying attention. Like, I pay attention to other people's posts, and like I can see through some of the things they do. And that's why it's like, huh, that's interesting. So they created WhatsApp so I can talk to other people. Well, that's really nice. And then they also did this, and my other business coaches never did that. And then they did this and this. So it's those things leading up to it. Like you said in the beginning, like you do things that lead up. So once it gets to the sales call, you're like, oh yeah, I like you didn't have to really, honestly, you didn't have to do this call. I kind of decided before going into this that I've already was going to do it. So
Well, I love that, but I always want to give each individual, even if they're fully convinced, right? I still want to highlight and showcase on another level, because like you said, the first part of the experience was wonderful, which already gave you that conclusion that, yes, I want to be a part of this. But
yeah.
then the hope is when you're on a sales call, like, man, they got their shit together from start to finish, and they got people that truly care and will take the time to fully address every single concern that I possibly have. Now, I know that most companies do highlight their 10 percenters, their people that are killing it. This is exactly why I like to show the averages, because right now you've had certifications, you've got some skin in the game. So these numbers are going to be adjusted for you. So for instance, a lot of people do get their first client month one. 73% of our students do. On average, it takes them 1 week to do so. So the individuals that get their first client in month one, by the end of month 4, are averaging over 8K per month. That's just the average individual. Now, the individual that doesn't get their first client month 1, but by the end of month 4 is averaging 6,500. So to be a basic, mediocre, right in the middle person, you can expect to average 6,500 to 8K just doing the basics. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is cool. Like your friend had mentioned, on the other students who had a 10K month, it takes them just 13 weeks on average to do so. She did it in 3 months, which is awesome. So you can be right in that same timeline. Now, the students who stay with us 12 months have 97 clients on the roster on average. Those individuals that have 97 clients are averaging 366,000 a year. So they're getting massive results for their respectful businesses.
So then, then my question is like, and I don't know, because I honestly, I did creep on you a little bit too. So it goes both ways. I want to know who I was talking to. But then what I'm wondering is like, do you guys formulate it in a way? And I guess that comes further down the road when you have assistant coaching, because like, I don't want to work with 97 clients. Like that's 100%. A lot of like energy, personal energy. So those people who have the 97 clients, are those, I guess, basically the people who went on to the next level and have assistant coaches and those sort of things?
Yeah. So if you're you're a one-woman show, you could probably expect to average anywhere between 30 to 60 clients on your own, depending on how organized you are. After that, you're going to feel a little bit overwhelmed. So after you're hitting about 10K, now this is the thing. Our program is designed to get you to 10K, but if we're 3 timesing our investment, our goal is to get you far past that. So as you get past 10K and you're hitting that on a regular basis, our goal is to ascend you into mastery level. That's when we start teaching you, how to hire a DMer, what to look for, how to pay them. Running ads is going to be a next thing, right? And then also bring on an assistant coach, and then how to work that out, how to do contracts with those individuals. So yes, that goes into those areas as well once you get past that. So again, whatever we're putting in, we're 3 times in the amounts. That's the goal before you even by the end of your enrollment period.
Okay. And then if I and I don't know if your internet connection, maybe it's my internet connection.
It's mine. Mine's awful.
Okay. It's like, I don't know, I have all bars, but so yeah, if I blank stare at you, you know why. But you're just stuck in this kind of face. Anyways, so then I'm wondering, for those individuals, do you give a discount for those individuals who I guess it does. Yeah.
Yep. There'll be a student discount. Yeah.
Well, I guess but that's like the only way you could get into it though. Well, I guess not. You could go, if I was making 10K a month, I could go into that strictly, but I'm not. So.
Yep. So when you do ascend, you'll get into a higher level of programming for like your workouts and your nutrition. It goes like Dutch testing. It goes into advanced levels of supplementation. I mean, everything is to the next level. This goal here is to maximize and plug up any holes that we have our foundations down. So by the time we advance to mastery level, we're starting to make sure everything is fine-tuned. We have a 10 out of 10 product, and that we can really show you how to maximize your time and how to pass that buck off to someone else. So we can start understanding how to lead leaders. So that way you can really start moving yourselves and eventually becoming that CEO.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
Good.
Good. What other questions you got for me?
Nothing really.
All right. So next, we'll talk about the elephant in the room, the investment piece, right? We all know it's going to cost a certain amount of money. There'll either be a payment plan or there'll be a paid in full option. So payment plan,
I know
we put down.
the girl inside already told me. That's why I say, like, I already know how much this is going to cost.
Oh, so she already told you?
She did. And that's why I was like, whoa, wow. Because that's quite a bit more than the other ones that I've done. But that's why your refund helps a little bit.
When did she start her program? You said about 3 months ago?
Yeah, she started it I was calculating, I think it's in February, March, April. It was like, I guess maybe February or March. Because she just said she was like 3 months into it. And she's currently I just saw her do a post over like collaborating with another coach and presenting over something like you were saying, the cross
pollination.
Yeah, she's in that stage right now is what I can now see. So yeah, that's when she started. But she says, yeah, I didn't really have the money to pay for it, but I think she did it through PayPal or monthly and then has made back her investments. So yeah. And I assume too, having gone through this twice now, I assume, yes, if you pay all at once, you get a super discount, or if you do monthly, it's a little more. So I kind of have a general idea what it's going to be.
Her price point might have been a little bit higher because the 10K accelerator just rolled out like literally, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago. So previously it was a 6-month program. So it was significantly higher. But what we found out is kind of the 3 to 4 month mark is our sweet spot. So when I went through it, it was like a 3 to 4 month program. I went through this about a year ago. So I didn't have ChatGPT and AI wasn't a thing back then, right? And then it went to certified coach, which is more of a 6-month program. And then we decided to put it down to a 4 month so we could get people to ascend higher into mastery level at a faster rate versus getting that burnout.
So do you think then, because you just rolled it out 3 or 4 weeks ago, so do you think like what she bought into, did she also buy in that's going to have the 10K and above? There's the master coach, but then the 10K accelerator, I think is the second one. Does that incorporate
so
what she bought?
Yeah, so what she bought into.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what she bought into was probably certified coach. I'd have to find out for sure, but if she started in February, it's probably certified coach. That was to get you from 0 to 20K a month. So so she still understands like when to hire, how to hire. She's probably not at that phase yet because if she's just now hitting 10K a month, they want to make sure we're getting there on a consistent basis. She would be eligible though. If she's hitting 10K a month, she would be eligible to go into like mastery level if she wanted, depending if she's hitting that consistently.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, I don't think she's hitting, like she's not hitting 10K months. Didn't sound like to me. It sounds like that she made back her investment. So over the 3 months, she's accumulated to 10,000. She said she spent like around 9,000 for hers.
Yep. So we're going to talk about that right now. This program is only 100,000 in your left kidney. I'm just playing.
Well, you know what sucks? Because I don't have a left kidney.
Oh my God.
So shit.
Well, I'll give you a discount.
50,000. You get to keep the one kidney you have left. Nice.
No, there's
I'll take part of my liver. You know, it's healthy. Not much of a drinker. So.
Oh, man. No, there's a payment plan of 7,000, and then a paid full option that saves you $800 at 6,200. Out of those two, do you think works best for you?
I mean, the paid in full is a lot. It's $800 cheaper. So.
100%. That's what a lot of individuals will do. So you can save quite a bit of money, right? $800, you can do a lot with $800.
Yeah, that's like, yeah. It's also like that'd be interesting what you guys do for price point for me, because that's like 2 clients also.
Yeah. So for instance, the minimum standard, like the lowest you can charge in our in the 3 times investment guarantee, you'd have to attend your game planning call, which obviously if you're investing $6,200, you probably want to do that, right? Attend your game planning call, attend all of your one-on-one coaching calls. So that's 2 per month, 1 group support call each week, run a scholarship within the first 90 days, can't spend longer than 2 weeks on the certification, on the optional certification. And you must charge at least the bare minimum suggested prices of $250 or higher and have no late payments. So again, someone like you that's got some certifications, got some skin in the game, I wouldn't suggest you charging $250. I never did, right? So for you, you're right. $400 on average based on your length of terms will change too. So an example of like how my business structure was, I did only 4, 8, and 12 month length of term. They didn't offer anything else. So if they couldn't pay in full, it was equivalent to $450 per month for 4 months. If they couldn't, for per month. If they did 8 months, it'd be equivalent to $375 a month. And if they did 12 months, it'd be equivalent to $350. So do my price points go down? Yes, it incentivizes them to stay with me longer, but I'm getting a larger payout over a longer period of time. So I have more predictable data. I have people locked in, and at 8 months, so at 4 months, their habits have already changed, right? 8 months, they have a full transformation.
Well, I was just gonna say that it's having a long period of time with somebody, you get to know how they work, how their mind works, like that sort of deal. So yeah.
100%. And then 12 months, they have a full lifestyle change. So for instance, if you were, say, pretend that you signed up with me at 8 months, by 4 weeks out, I've already customized another game plan. So me and you early on, I'll say, Laney, check this out. This was our goals. I want you to stop for a second and show you how much we've accomplished together. And this is the game plan I have moving forward. What do you think of this? I get you really excited. And I'm like, are we ready to rock and roll? You'd be like, yeah. You won't even think about saying no, because I'm not asking you, do you want to recommit? I'm basically showing you I already have a game plan set up for you ongoing. So, and then if you say yes, I might be like, hey, Laney, you know what? Just because you've been so consistent with me and you've been with me for a long period of time, I really want to reward your consistency. I'm actually going to give you a month or 2 of coaching for free. Then guess what you do? You go tell all of your buddies, like, man, he already had a game plan laid out way before my term was done. He gave me a discount, or he gave me free, free coaching for a couple months. So that's where, for me, referrals were huge. Like that was like my lifeline, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm also, and then I'm really, I think outside of the box. So I think outside of the box differently than most trainers. So for instance, my wife's in healthcare. They're some of the most unhealthiest people ever. So I'll go do free conversations, free seminars for their CEOs. And I'll show how I can actually maximize profit for them if there's less sick days. So they're like, I like this kid, right? So then I get about 15 referrals off that every time I do it. And I'm also partnered with local supplement companies out here. So I'll have all my clients on specific supplementation. That supplement company will give me discounts and about 30 referrals a month because I'm supporting their business. So anyone that goes into a supplement store is already health conscious. So my name is already out there. So I maximize my local community to the fullest.
Well, and I like hearing that because like I was talking to my hairdresser today and I'm like, yeah, down the future, I want to have collaborates. Like I want to work with a registered dietitian. I want to work, like I take First Form supplements. And I'm a Legionnaire. So yes, I get a little bit of a commission back if my clients take it. So that helps. But it's like down the road, I foresee that as like, because the way they building more income and stuff like that is marketing or like collaborating with other individuals. And so, that's neat to hear that you already do that sort of deal.
And that's where, for me, I'm just like you. I'm not I don't like to be on social media all day. So for me, I did what was necessary to get the influx of business coming in. But then I thought outside the box of how can I minimize what I hate doing and maximize what I love to get me consistent clientele. That's how
even my apartment that I'm in, that's why I say, like, I don't have a problem in person. Like my dentist, I was like, will you display this for me? They're like, yes. My apartment complex, I was like, hey, I'm getting this website. Will you put this, can I post it on, in our gym? And she's like, actually, by the way, I'll put it in the invite packets to every new tenant who moves in. I was like, perfect. And then I'm like, so like that part, it's like, I have no issue with, like, it's not that hard to do. It's just the online part.
I got business cards made for dirt fucking cheap. I have them everywhere I go to the grocery store. I have them because I get asked questions all the time. Me and my wife went to Costa Rica. I signed 2 international clients, not even trying.
Nice.
Because I was in their gym working out. So the point is, you maximize every opportunity. Every time I know I'm going to be in front of a person, I feel like that's an opportunity for me to sell myself, and my business, right? To show some
Yeah.
type of value. So if you have those things tangible on you at all times, you're just going to maximize your profit.
Yeah, good point. No, and that's why I don't feel too bad about doing like the website, because part of me I'm like, shit. Well, if I would have known about this before that kind of thing. But then at the same time, like you can't live in the past. It's done. And you learn from it. But now I look at it and I'm like, no, that's actually going to be really helpful, because granted, did I need it entirely? No. But at the same time, now I can, instead of being like, oh, look at my Instagram little page here.
Yeah.
I can be like, no, look at my freaking badass website. This is what I offer. These are my, and like, even I like the way he's setting it up already, because he has it like, this is our team. So down the road, when I hire a team, I have a place to set my team members on. And then like he has little funnels that'll go, and that'll go more into like when I go into the program. But like, because for me, since I've coached so many different things, like I can coach endurance and cardio. Like I've been thinking about going, when I do my website, is having a lifestyle kind of programming, like lose weight, that sort of stuff. And then a performance one, because I can teach you how to snatch a heavier lift. I can teach you how to run a marathon or a half marathon. I can teach you if you want to hike a mountain or something like that. Like I can get you up there. So, and that's what I was mentioning earlier. And I'll get into that when I do the program, but it's like, I can help anybody. And that's where I think the website I split. It's just when it comes to like the Instagram, what would be the most ideal? But
yeah, and then as you ascend, we'll really get into branding and like doing for like apparel and supplementation. Like you want your own supplement line. They go to the next level on everything to really maximize every aspect of business you can think of.
Yeah, and I think that's what I like hearing. Excuse me, I like hearing from you, because it's like, okay, there's people who are like, because that's the one thing I felt about the last two business programs. They didn't mention anything about AI. They didn't mention anything about collaborating or doing anything else with other people. And then, yes, the girl that Marie Wald, I think she said she made like $80,000. She makes tons of money per month. Long story short. I mean, she just got married, had a wedding in like Italy, and like rented out a whole ranch and stuff. She makes a lot of money kind of deal, but she also has like 5 assistant coaches, and I think that'd basically be her next level, maybe, is going into that. But no, I do like the fact that you mentioned that, like I said, the AI, your progressive thinking, I like, of what comes across from this program is nice. Not just, oh, we're going to teach you how to post better. Yeah. It's gonna really connect to your reels. It's gonna be great.
The other thing that I want you to think about too is majority of companies aren't backed by the Better Business Bureau, or they don't have large certifications backing them as well. So that's just another layer of legitimacy as well. And then as far as when you do ascend to mastery level, we have coaches that are hitting 100K a month. So, and these are women that married, they run their own businesses. Some of them are one's an IFBB pro, so they got a lot of shit going on too. They really show you how to maximize every aspect of your day.
And then does it work when you go into because I'm already thinking future wise.
For sure.
I'm gonna dominate. So when you go into the next level, is it the same idea with the refund too? Like,
yeah. Now the cool thing is when you go to mastery level, you'll also have access still to 10K and mastery level. You'll have access to higher levels of certification aspects, and then you'll have it to where, say for instance, if you build a team, right, you'll have up to 10 people that you can that can utilize that certification. So that way, whoever you bring on, you're making sure they have the necessary education to represent you to the fullest. So
perfect.
if you have 5, let's say you start off with 5 assistant coaches for the first year. And that means you still have 5 more slots that you can utilize that certification with for other individuals as well, to make sure that they're educated and they're representing you the correct way. Because again, whoever is carrying your name holds a lot of clout, right? I always tell individuals that aren't executing, like, if I take you on, this is an equal investment, because you are now an extension of me, and I'm really good at my job. So if you fuck off and brag that you work with me and you're not getting results, that makes me look bad, right? So you want to make sure who you're ever bringing on or whoever you're going to do business with is fully invested in you, is just as much as you're investing in them. And that's really why I'm excited you jumped on the call, because all of our individuals, from the Facebook group to the coaches to Chad, all these people are very passionate about making sure people are getting massive results. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah. And so it's interesting because I watch some marketing videos too. And one thing that's interesting, that like we could talk about later on another conversation or so, is the guy goes over marketing. He says discounts are not actually the greatest thing to go by. I think it depends on like how much you do the discount by, but he kind of almost said that bonuses are better, which you said the free resources are better to bring clientele in. So it'd be interesting how you guys go about discount wise for like self. Where else is I going?
So prior to going to discounts, we'll talk a lot about the value that you're bringing, because a lot of trainers, they don't understand their values. So they start like, they might say, oh, $400, shit, that's a lot of money. Okay, I'll do $250, right? Really, $400 is not a lot of money. So how I like to frame it to individuals, let's just say that is the price that you're going to be charging people. So someone's like, you really can charge people $400, so $400 a month, okay? And we're going to divide that by 4 weeks, okay? That's $100 a week. You divide that by 7 days. That's equivalent to $14.28 a day. Think about what people typically spend on a daily basis.
Personal training, like personal training, what I got paid previously, like some of them I got paid, like one is $60 an hour is actually what I got paid at one facility. Another one I got paid at like $35 an hour.
Yep.
So that's half. That's like some of that's less than half or more than half, you know?
Yep. So when I'm breaking it down to individuals and you break it down to where it seems more cost effective. So like, dude, $14 a day, that's usually maybe a coffee from Starbucks is like $8 plus a donut and whatever else you get from the gas station. Most Americans spend anywhere between $8 to $10 a day, whether that's on an energy drink or something else. Do you really feel like $14 a day is too much to get you to the point where you no longer have to worry about medications? Or this is the one liner I give away for people for free. Okay. So you can use this. If you don't invest in your health and fitness today, you inevitably invest in your illness tomorrow. So which one would you rather have?
Yeah.
Do you want something that's going to give you a return on investment right away? Or do you want to save that money and spend it on doctor's bills and sit in a doctor's office for an hour and have to be seen for 10 minutes and be put on a medication?
Yeah. No, and I've seen that before, and having worked in the ER too, I'm just like, yeah, this is very obvious why I do what I do.
100%.
I'm not optimal like level fitness or whatever. I have my own issues kind of thing when it comes to that. Let me be honest with that too. I joke around too, because it's like, I'm not like 15% body fat. Like I'm strong. I am strong, but I have also some protection over the muscles, you know, but at the same time, like it's like getting across to people that it's like my hair that I did today is like half the cost of what it would be to train with me, pretty much. Like you say, like now I feel bad about myself. Great, Jeremy. Now I want to do some self-love and just splurge on myself. And now I'm like, great, I could have paid for a trainer. Kind of
That's hilarious.
But it's very true. And I think it's unfortunately people don't see that, or they want the quick fix. Like they want the like, okay, this bottle of whatever costs $80, but supposedly like you'll lose this amount of pounds, this, you know, this quickly sort of deal.
Yeah.
They want those quick fixes. And that's what is so satisfying, especially with my last client. Like and that's what I mentioned in like the survey too. It's like, honestly, if it wasn't for my past clients, that there a lot would have inspired me, because how she reacted, how she grew, the progress, like she had a hard program. I'm not going to lie. In 10 weeks, to run a half marathon, and she's 57. She's not like a young buck kind of thing, you know? And so to be able to do that and have a full-time job on top of that, like it's very inspiring to watch it and see how like it created other ripple effects around like what she did. But I told her, and I was, because I'm very, if you haven't noticed already, I'm very straightforward with people, and I'm very like, I don't put on a mask, like this is who I am. And so I was telling her, I'm like, honestly, how you really utilized and trusted me 100% and did everything I asked you to do. And the results it created, and that being alongside you, it just is like, I want this to happen over and over and over for other people, but also for me. Like, it's such a great feeling. And it's like, and that's why I'm grateful for the clients I have had, because if I didn't have any clients and I was now over a year into this, it would be very, very rough. So
for sure.
But
so we feeling good, we feeling confident.
Yeah. And he froze back up again, but yes.
Gee, it's my internet connection. I don't know what's been going on the last 2 days, so I'm sorry about that.
Are you actually in an office or are you at home?
No, I'm at home. I work remote.
Okay. And then do you still run your own, like, because I saw that you have your own business, but then like, do you work too, basically? Like you work for Chad and then you work like your own? Okay.
So me and my wife run a business. She kind of runs the back end administration systems, so I don't have to hire. I'm a cheapskate. So we have our own business. She also works healthcare, and then I also work for Chad. So we have 3 streams of income
Okay. Gotcha.
coming in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. All right, you ready to do this?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to show you what Wave is because that's what we're going to go through first. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me pull
And
this
then my
up.
question is like, I don't have my credit card limit. Like, is there, because I've had this happen beforehand. And what she did previously is she was nice enough. My first one is that she's like, well, as long as you pay it by this certain amount, like she gave me 2 days or 3 days because my credit card limit is not up to that amount. So I don't know if you guys do a similar thing.
Okay. What's your credit? Yeah, what's your credit card limit? Yeah,
It's
what's your credit card limit?
4,500, but I don't have that. I probably have like, I'd have to see how much I have available right now. So
Okay.
basically, I mean, I would basically be able to pay you, and then whatever remainder was left, like let's say I would have to look, and let's say I would be able to pay 3,000, I could pay that, and then pay the credit card company, wait for it to go through, and then pay again, sort of deal. That's what I did with her. I was just like, I signed a contract saying I would pay it by a certain this date to fulfill this amount that we agreed on, and then that locked in the price, but it gave me, because of my credit card limits only, and I only have 1 credit card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can totally do that. So I'll go and get this set up. So if you want to look really quick, you totally can. And let me go ahead and set up this payment system.
Okay.
That works.
So for the people that, curiosity question, if somebody wanted to just buy the master and the 10K accelerator, do they get a discount off of that?
So when you go into master, you already get access to 10K.
Yeah, but I didn't, or yeah, but I mean like, because I'm assuming there are some individuals who they decide they're like, they go through the basic, the first one, and then they're like, I'm good, I'm gonna leave it at that, and they don't go to the 10K accelerator, right?
Yeah, so usually for someone that's brand new that's coming in, like let's say for instance, you're already a coach and you have experience, you'd have to be hitting that. We'd assess it. So I'd kind of go over like, hey, how did you get to 10? Like I got to 10 referrals. I was the Empire, to be honest, average about 15 to 20 based upon my living.
You're breaking up again.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Dude, you're gonna have to find a different spot in your house.
I know, man. I'm not sure why this is doing this today.
I mean,
no, but
I was saying like we had a good timing thing going, but your Wi-Fi, and you have three funnel whatever of income. So yeah, that's gonna upgrade that Wi-Fi.
You're 100% correct. I'm gonna get on that this weekend. Matter of fact.
Good. I'm sure your wife will appreciate it too. And I mean, yeah. So, yeah. So I could pay. Let's see. Where is it? Pending balance. It looks like 3,000. That's what I thought.
Do you want to do? How about we do 3,000 a day and then 3,000 in 30 days? Does that help?
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, 3,000 a day and then
3,200. No, it could be 3,000.
200 in 30 days.
We could do 3,000. I think that the first one was really, I think that was good. We could do the 3,000.
What's a good email address for you?
I'm gonna just spell it for you because it's JUCHSER@gmail.com, which I think you guys should have on file anyways. It's interesting but maybe it's just the way it works. I don't know.
This is probably because this is a different system that we're utilizing. That's probably why.
Okay.
And then what is going to be the best phone number to reach you at?
913 207 9638.
9638. Cool.
Curiosity question too.
Yeah.
I kind of saw, and I don't think you guys do it, you didn't talk about it, but do you ever give like, I'm trying to think in like previous, like even in the ER, so they like, if you were, they put you in the client's position, so you get more of a feel of how it is to be on the other side. Do you guys do that at all within your training?
Do what? I'm sorry, you broke up.
Do you do anything like to be on the other side and how it feels like you get to get 3 weeks with this coach as if they were, you know, your trainer, personal trainer, that sort of thing. So you experience what it is to be on the other side for a better learning experience altogether. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever had that before in other jobs? I've had it in other, I think it was more the ER where they're onboarding me, but they're like, okay, this is like, we're going to treat you as if you were the patient, and then walk you through.
There'll be an area in the modules where they'll do like case studies. So you guys can set up like case studies for an individual that you might be working with. You can also utilize that, like if you want to do role play on one of your one-on-ones as well, if you're having issues getting past something, they do all that for you.
Okay. And then what is your advice? So the lovely thing, I guess the good thing is, like, first off, so I have unlimited amount to the modules. It's not like you shut it down, because my first business program did that. But my second one didn't. I have all out access forever, which is great. My question is, I mean, I'm assuming I should just, like right now, I'm basically like 75% basically done with my second program. Should I just, I guess I kind of had the answer already to it, but put it aside and just focus on this. And if I have extra time, see what else tidbits I can pull from that second program. And really focus on this.
So for us, if you can dictate anywhere between 10 and 20 hours per week, you're in a really good spot. Okay. If you can dictate anything, if you can dictate anything over 20 hours, you're in a dangerously great spot. Okay. So I would look at that as thinking of it back in like when you're in college. You're not just going to have one homework assignment. You might have multiple classes, but you dictate priority toward the one that's going to mean the most for your overall grade, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's why I was thinking, as like, I'd put priority on this program and then finishing that pure programming that I was mentioning. Yep. I'm like 60% done with that one. So finishing that up, because on top of what you guys offer knowledge-based wise, it just adds, the more you learn, the more confidence you get, right? So
100%.
And that's not the sales.
We need to get you clients right out the gate.
Yes.
What's a good address for you?
Um, 510 Ronald Reagan Boulevard, apartment 1405 in Johnstown, Colorado, 80534.
Still with me?
Yeah, you were freezing up a little bit, but
is that correct? Can you see my screen?
No, I can't.
Oh, shoot. I thought I shared that with you. My fault. Hold on.
No, I've been seeing all your funny faces the whole entire time.
Jeez. Well, you'll still probably be able to see that too, but
like, shoot, I did not pick my nose.
Right. Make sure you got this. Can you see this okay yet?
Yeah. I get even more loony when I'm tired, so it's a plus and a minus. It is what it is.
It's all good.
Okay. Well, it's 5150. So I'm just line 1. Yeah, before the Ronald Reagan. Yeah, it's 5150. Yeah, there you go. And then Ronald Reagan Boulevard. There you go.
Okay.
And then you want to put apartment. I don't know if you put that in just line 2, but it's apartment 1405.
Cool. Does that look correct now?
Boulevard. One was in Johnstown. 05340. Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. So we'll save that.
So did you include then it comes along with it, so that extra curriculum and education on nutrition is in there already?
That's what I'm going to be adding when we go into your client agreement. So everything that I promised you, I'll actually add that into our client agreement. So this one's just for the initial payment. So I'm going to put in this description split PIF, which means paid in full.
Okay.
Payment. Okay. So we got 3,000 here. Go ahead, save and continue.
So is this how you walk in other people through, like if it was a personal training, like do they get the same experience? Like if I was doing a sales call and they agreed, would this be the same thing I would be doing?
Yeah, 100%. Like the more transparent you can show them, like for instance, I like to show my screen so you can see that I'm not like being shady and saving your card and all that other stuff, right? I want to make this as professional as possible so you can be like, oh, they're not hiding anything from me at all. And I actually get to see this person. I can converse with them and I can actually see what buttons they're pushing.
Okay.
Oops.
I tell you, I'm observant. I watch.
I know. This is awesome. I love it. Okay.
At some points you'd be like, I just said that. How did you not catch it? But
nah, it's all good. And this is the payment system that's like super user friendly too. Like Wave is easy. Okay, I'm ready for the card number when you are.
okay, well, I'm not ready. Just a second. Okay. I don't even know if it's actually, maybe I should share my, I'm just wondering, being in an apartment, reading out my credit card number may not be the safest thing to do. I guess so. It's 44, because this is recorded too. So I guess I can't do.
Yeah, it's recorded. Trust me, you're safe.
Okay. Well, I say it doesn't have much of a limit on it anyways, or big limit. So we can't really go too far with it. 4420.
Okay.
8370. 7000 1770. And then the name on the card, which you'll be one of very few to know, my real name.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's nothing. It's Shaniqua. It's Elaine, so it's very plain. Elaine.
I'm sorry. What was the first part?
ELA, and then INE.
Initial or anything?
No. And actually, my email is my middle name.
And then month.
It is 0225.
Okay. And then CVV.
434.
Okay. And what was it?
80534.
All right. Does this all look correct to you?
Yeah. And then you said you clicked save the credit card. So like, how does that?
Yep. So what this is going to do is I'll set up a reoccurring for 30 days to pay the remainder amount. So just auto come out.
Okay. And then after that happens, do you guys unsave it, or how do you go about, or you just keep it?
There's going to be nothing that we're going to bill you because you've already paid it in full. There's nothing else that you can get billed for.
Okay. I just like, cause it's stayed on I just wonder for like security, safety reasons, like how long do you keep it saved in your system for?
No, I think it's really only for like the duration of the enrollment period. But once you pay that off, if that's something that you want removed, you can just talk to customer support about that. But there's going to be nothing you're getting billed for because in 30 days, you'll have the whole course paid off.
And then, yeah. And then like, so can I choose when to do that? So therefore like, cause I don't want to have it automatic pay. And then like I said, I would have the other half available in like 5 days, right? I just don't, do I get to choose then that I can do it on that day to make sure that you guys can get the rest half of it out? Because if you do it randomly, taking it out, there might be like, you may not be the full amount. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I can't pay it. I'm just saying like, if they do it automatic, there may be a point where it's like, oh, but Laney decided to, all of a sudden go really girly and get her nails done and all this other stuff. And then now she only has $200 left on her account.
Well, if you want, we can have it come out like on Friday or Saturday, the second half. You just want to be safe. We can do it that way.
Yeah. I mean, if you could put in like a scheduled, like that, I know, like, okay.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Okay.
Yep. So the first one is just taking care of our initial payment.
Well, and I think it's better on your end that way. It's better on your end to have it done that way, because then you actually get paid too, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with that. So here we're just gonna now all your information will already be saved in here. Okay. Okay. All right. So what day did you want this to come out?
Let's do, what is today, Tuesday? And then if I pay it then, but it takes a day to, maybe let's just do next Monday to be safe. Just depending on how long. So, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go Monday after. Okay. So as you'll see here, the second one. Okay.
Okay. You froze up again.
Perfect. Still with me? My internet's going a little bit wonky.
I know it is cutting in and out, but I can still with you.
You still
Kinda.
We'll get through this.
You're freezing up more often right now, but
I know even the payment systems are. So now I'm going into DocuSign. So everything I promised you, I'm going to put on here as well. And then we'll have your start date actually start tomorrow. We're going to get close to the end of the day. So I don't want to make sure that you have a full day to get rolling. Cool.
okay. Yeah.
So on how you do this, so DocuSign, if you don't use this, is kind of cool because you can already have templates already set up. So kind of like this. This is something that you could use for your own when you have a DocuSign as well. You can kind of set up your templates based upon your length of terms. And then can you remind me of that spelling again of your email?
JUCHSER@gmail.com.
All right. Cool. All right. So this first one, we're going to show that this contract got entered. Whoops, got entered in today. So hold on. We're here. We're going to go the 30th. We're going to go May. And then wherever you see a blue tab, that's where you will sign.
Okay.
We're going to start. We're going to have your start date tomorrow. So this will be 5/31. And I believe there's only, how many days are in September? There's only 30, correct?
In September?
Yeah.
Well, I'm on my phone right now, so I can't. Let me see.
I believe there's only 30 days in September. Let me double check.
I need to go back. Oh. Yeah, 31 in May. You got 30, 30 in June, 31 in July, and then August is 31, and September is 30.
Yep. So your end date will be 10/1.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what's already included. Then specials in here. This is what I'm going to add in here. So you're going to have optional certification.
Which that one I'm required to get done in 2 weeks, or which?
Yeah, you don't want to spend over 2 weeks on this. This should be a review for you. So you don't want to spend over 2 weeks.
Okay.
Three times investment guarantee included. And then just because you were on it today, we're going to also do course access for life.
Nice.
And then over here, this is where I kind of spell everything out to its entirety. So 10K. Oops.
It's okay, sir.
Okay, now my spelling is going to shit. Good Lord. Geez, that's what happens when you get old. Alzheimer's kicks in.
Just blame it on your Wi-Fi. My spelling is bad. I have to like triple read it, things that I post, or like I made a post the other day where it's like, oh, could I survive and bring back this flip-flop? Let me put duct tape on it. And I spelled duct tape literally like duct tape, like D-U-C-K, and then tape. And I'm like, oh God, I can't fix that now. But yeah, spelling and math have never been my strong suits.
Oops. Okay, so that kind of just spells out everything we did today. We did the paid in full split. You put 3,000 down today. You're going to be paying the 3,200 on that Monday, the next Monday. You have the 3 times investment guarantee. You have the optional certification. You have the course access for life as well. There'll just be a couple places where you'll initial. This is for your routing account number. Is for your if you need to get reimbursed for your guarantees. If you don't feel comfortable putting that in there right now, just put NA on both lines. It's not a huge deal. And I got one more place to sign, and then I'll send this for you to sign, and we'll go over it together. And then from there, you'll get tomorrow. We open up at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, so you'll get. I think are you MST? You're MST.
Yeah,
No. What time zone are you?
MST.
Okay, so you can expect to be onboarded, I'd say, anytime before noon CST time.
And then
on how busy they are.
Is it a call, or is it? Remind me, is it
No,
a call?
go ahead. You'll get a text message from an operations specialist with all of your packet information. You'll have course access. You'll be able to log in, and you'll be able to set up your game planning call as well. You can get going. Do not wait to do your game planning call to start. You can dive right in, but go ahead and book your game planning call. Okay.
Okay. I'm just wondering because like tomorrow and the rest of the week I'll probably be working. So yeah.
Cool.
My other job.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I'm going to send this your direction. So you go ahead and sign that. Coming your way. All right, check your email.
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah, no problem.
There it goes. Just a second.
Yeah, no problem.
I was just trying to do also, I shut off my camera because I'm like, I don't think you need a close up of my face. Okay. My face looked like I got dragged by a car because I have multiple patches of missing skin right now. And I'm like, it's great. But the hair looks gorgeous. So, you know, there's that. Okay, continue.
Yeah, your hair's on fleek.
Exactly. So hopefully a detour is from the face. No, it's actually not that bad. But it's that way I can intimidate people more. Like when people ask me, hey, where'd you get those markings? And I'm like, a do pissed me off is what happened. I won. Okay. May 30th. Okay. Laney Wagner. Mm-hmm. So I just look for the blue boxes initially, right? Yes, there it is. Boop.
Yep.
Draw your initials. Oh my. Let's do this.
Yeah. Hard skills.
And I have big fingers too. Like I have like manly hands and big fingers. So, oh, that's the routing number stuff. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, but N A. Is there a certain way to put NA? Because I put NA and it doesn't like it.
You can put N-A on each line.
Okay. Oh, why did it jump? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. I had N/A, and apparently I didn't like that.
Very particular.
Yeah, you know, high maintenance, I guess your system is. Still has a red box. Hopefully it took it. I don't know if it did.
Just don't even put the line, just put zeros. Yeah, just fill it up with zeros then.
Okay. Oop. Nope. Still a red box. Maybe it'll let me go on. Who knows? Huh. We'll see what happens. It might jump back to it. Oh, I guess I'm kind of filling out the wrong box.
That might be the problem.
I know, because like you said, only the blue boxes. Look at me. I can't even follow directions. And I'm doing your job, filling out. Okay. Sign. Oh, another signature. Okay. We'll just do that. Oh, it is required. So there are no collateral. Do I just type my name? Maybe I messed something up. Oh my goodness. You know, I swear I am smarter than it is. Because there's a part where it says there are no collateral. It's section 7. And there are no collateral something because it requires over it. Representations or guarantees and has a blank. Do I need to fill that out?
Let me see here. Let's see what you're looking like. You said section 7. Let me look through this really quick. Maybe that's good. That's good. So the only thing I see that you didn't put in yet is the routing and account number. So you can just put zeros in there.
Which I did, and it doesn't. Maybe I put more zeros.
Maybe it's because, yeah,
how many numbers are in the routing number?
Usually it allows you just to put in. It usually allows you to just put NA.
Okay, let me just do N and A both capitalized.
Yeah, N-A.
Okay, let me try the dash.
Like, or N, you know, like the slash thing, A.
It's still marking it in red for N/A or N-A or all zeros. It's all red still.
That's so weird.
Here, I'll see if I can share my screen. Even though I'm on my phone, sometimes if you're on your phone, it doesn't like you to share your screen as much. Oh, can you give me permission to share my screen?
Yeah, let me see if I can do that. Participants to share screen. Okay, I just did.
Okay, let's see. Share, I just screen. I guess. See, I've tried to do this before on my phone, and some reason it doesn't work exactly well.
Oh, okay.
Because I do start now, and then it shows draw over other apps, which I don't even know what that means. Yeah, I don't know. Anywho, let me go back to what I was on. So NA doesn't work. Maybe.
Just do NA without any slashes, any dashes, just NA. Usually that always works.
Nope. Or N, capital N, capital A. Still red box. I guess I could look real quick how many numbers a routing number has, and then we could just put in.
Or do you have that information there? They're not going to do anything with that's just there in case you need to reimburse your guarantee at the end of the term. That's how they do it. That's what it's there for.
Let me see if I can. Let me get it. Okay. I guess we could go that route, don't make it hard on myself. That's my old bank account. Oh, that's sweet. So I have this like where I keep certain things financial wise, and I realize I have more cash than I thought I did. So that's a nice.
That's
nice
a good
find.
thing.
I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
exciting.
that's a great find.
Yeah. Yeah, let me hurry up because you got your call coming in. Or like, wait, is your call now? Do you need to do your next call now?
Now go ahead. I'll text them. They're from Sydney, Australia, so I'll tell them that I'm running a little bit behind. It's no big deal. We're almost done.
Yeah. If technology decides to, okay, is the routing number the first set of numbers, or see, it tells you I don't use checks a lot.
It's the first set of numbers.
Okay. Let's try this. It's still red.
By putting in your routing and account number, or your routing and account number.
Well, it only gives me like, it only gives me one box to fill out. Like it has routing number in that little line, and then there's that box underneath, and then account number doesn't even have an option. Let me put in the account number and see.
You know what? If you're doing it from a cell phone, it acts kind of wonky. If you scroll down a little bit, there's probably like another line box that allows you to fill it out. It's probably out of order. If you see anything there that's just a long line, just go ahead and fill that out there.
Yeah, let me put in my account number and see. It only has one box available. But let's try. Yeah, well, I have an Android if we want to blame that on the Android, because that people like to do that. They're like, oh, yeah, you have an Android. No, see, that's red also. Do you want, here, let me hop on. I'm going to hop on my laptop real quick.
Okay.
Because then I can share my, I'll just become another person on the call, because then I can share my screen and you can see it, what's happening, or it might fix the problem.
Yeah, you probably won't have any issues on the laptop.
Now, do you think, even though I'm logged into signing this document through my phone, do you think I'll be able to do it on my laptop, or am I gonna have to like log back out of this form currently?
Most likely when you log into your phone, or when you log on your laptop, you'll just have to go back in and refill it out. It's already sent to your email. So I just go to your laptop, go to your email, and then just go in through filling it out.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna get on the Zoom call with you so I can share my screen as I'm doing all this lovely thing. So just a second.
Cool. Yeah, no problem.
It's a good thing you're all down under friends are being nice, I guess, or hopefully they're.
I know, right?
You're like, we're just exemplifying customer service right now, okay?
That's what we're doing.
That can be your selling point for them if you're trying to sell to them. Okay.
100%, I'm with it. let me get you in here.
Wait, let me see. I'm trying to find where you guys sent. Where is he? Okay. New event, invitation from unknown sender. There you go. Okay. And then I should be able to just click on your link.
Yep.
And then allow. Come on, Dudu. You can do this. I wanted to just let me. There it goes. Or it's now doing something. It's connecting.
There we go. Let's see here.
Okay, so I should be popping up somehow, somewhere.
Recording.
Yep, you're popping up now.
Okay, I'm gonna go off my phone. Second. Oh, no, not you, Zara. My dog heard okay, and she's normally when I say okay, that means we're going on a walk. Okay, now we will share the screen. And then let's do desktop, I guess. Let's just do that. Share. Okay, so now you should be able to see my screen.
Yep.
All right. Then let's get you out of the way. You're annoying. Move. There. Inbox. Okay, so that's filled out, 4 months. Okay, it's already signed. There we go.
Yep. So now go to
And then I'll
your
just
routing account number.
NA. So it does put red. Okay, let me get my information. Just a second. It is an existing bank account. I swear. Okay, let me put ooh, not 2 2s. Okay, 107 000 262. That's what I got. I mean, I wonder if I finish everything else, if it won't be a big deal, since it's.
So, yeah, go through everything really quick, and then see. Did you sign the bottom portion?
I think I already did. I'm working my way there.
Okay.
Okay, company. Yeah, there's my signature. Kind of my signature, to be honest. It's not totally my signature.
Sounds good.
Because those things you can't really. And my signature's dumb. I need to change it, but then at the same time, everything I just don't change it. Anyway, so that's signed.
Okay. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Cool.
You want me to scroll slower, or?
And then just go ahead and click finish.
Well, apparently we didn't have to fill out the stuff.
Oh. So now you're good. So this is what I want you to do from here too. So make sure that you, after this call, send me a picture on how you want to be viewed by others, because tomorrow when we update you for course access, we're also going to put you on our private Facebook group. So it's going to say, hey, welcome Laney to 10K Accelerator. So send me a picture to the message that to my cell phone that I've been texting you from. So that way I can give it to the onboarding specialist as well. Okay.
So you want me to send you just like my name, or is that all, or?
No. So what you'll do is so this one, now that you got this, the signature sign, I want you to send me a picture of you to my phone so I can send that to the onboarding specialist so we can put you on our private Facebook group tomorrow.
Okay.
Did you hear me?
You cut out a little bit. Sorry.
So I want to make sure that
no,
it's all good. No, you're all good. I want you to send me a picture, like a selfie, something that you want to be viewed by others, because we'll
okay, so basically have the icon that people will see me in the group as.
Yeah, but an actual picture.
Oh, so not a picture of my dog?
You can do a picture of you and your dog.
Okay.
I have a lot of people that have done that. They have a picture with them and their dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
I can do that. Yep. And then this, I guess, I can finish out.
All right, I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it'll be great. This is hey, hopefully it's like third time's the charm is what I'm hoping for here. And not hoping. There's no hope. It's going to happen.
No, you got this. We got this. Yeah. You got this. We got this for sure. No problem.
Exactly. All right. I will, finish that password thing because I have another appointment soon. So I'll finish that up, that password thing, send you the picture of me, and then look for the next emails and stuff starting tomorrow, basically.
You got it.
Okie dokie. Well, you have a great rest of your day.
Hey, you too. Let's go Purple Pride. Let's do it.
Heck yeah. Bye.